Alright guys, it's your boy Newteddyera, and right here, this is, if I'm not mistaken, the top 16 Stevens Bujin um, deck profile that he piloted Bujins in YCS Atlanta. So we know there is no top, after the 16 because they do the draft. But I was looking at this deck. First off, I want to say shout outs to Jarrell Pro Winston. He has the original deck profile up. But I'm not going to be doing a deck profile because you guys can actually see what he runs here. I could do a real quick go through, Mizuzuchi, Yamato, two turtles, two hares, one centipede, one Artisuda, Quillen, Crane, Honest, three Veilers. Now, what I noticed at YCS Atlanta, a lot of people are running triple Veiler. And right now, if you really think about the format the way it is, all their monsters are very, very effect oriented. Like Yamato needs to get his effect. All these little things need to get their effects. Inzectors is another deck. Infernities was another top deck. Inzectors wasn't a top deck, but I'm just saying that Inzectors is another heavy effect based deck that you need to get your effects off. So with all the deck profiles that I have a lot, relatively a lot in here, and I'll be going through each one within this week and not doing so much the deck profile, but discussing the choices and what I'm seeing that's very, very, very the same, consistent with each deck. And another thing is the Veilers. Each deck in here that I'm gonna be talking about has Veilers in it or in the side. Now we know Veilers is more better this format than Max C. Yes, Max C is still in there because of the Heradic Ruler matchup. But a lot of people were saying that the Veilers were better off because once they make the Atum, you Veiler there, and once that's done, that gets rid of, that don't get rid of the problem, but it slows it down. And that's all you needed to do, just slow it down. So then he has two Bujin Carnation. The guy Steve said that he wanted to run three, but he was going for the more consistent build. So he was saying two was the better solution for him. The Foolish Burial, he said it was to drop anything that he may need at the current moment. We already know that Turtle and Hare are the most broken Bujin monsters with Crane and Centipede and Quillen. Now, I know I just said four of them, and that's what makes the deck so good. They have so much consistency. Get rid of any situation that's currently on the field or might potentially happen to your monsters. That's why right now Bujin's I think has the best matchups against the meta across the board. And with that being said, I know Kaiba Corp, I forgot your numbers, but Avery, he's a real Bujin player. He plays Bujins since they were called War Gods. Even before Busfair, if you don't know who Busfair is, he was also real big with War Gods. So, aka Bujins. So he said Steve said the Foolish Burial was very clutch in a lot of games, dropping whatever he really needed to get rid of any situation that's on the field. Now, he ran triple pot of duality. He was saying that the duality was better off to get anything he needs to dig more into his deck. He's already digging. He wants to dig for 6 cards right here. So it's potentially the Yamato and the Tenki. And those are 6 cards that potentially he may need to clutch his victory or get what he has to get done. Now, then the triple MST to get his plays off, double lance to ensure that his plays go off. And this is another thing that I've been noticing. People are running 2 to 3 lances once again because people are noticing that it is a back row heavy format right now. A lot of control base. So with the lance, it helps him protect his monsters if he starts running out of hair, out of turtles, the centipedes. Because remember, the centipede and Quillen, he only run one of. And Artisuda, which is a more combo based card. But I understand why he's running 2 turtles. A lot of people are running 1 turtle now. But turtle is too good right now at 2. He was saying that he did have it at 3 previously, but he put it to 2 because it was more consistent. And that's what he wanted. He wanted to keep the deck very consistent. Again, now with the triple Kaiser Coliseum, he said a lot of people run two, but he was like three. Yes, it gets cloggy, but he was like that. This card is just so good. Just think about this play: Yamato with Kaiser Coliseum and Royal Decree down. That's GG really because it's so hard to get over this Yamato now. Now that you can't special summon and go off, and then he has the Crane or the Honest 9 times out of 10 in hand already, and the Veilers to stop out any effects that may be happening or something that may go on. So that's that combo right there, Kaiser Coliseum, Royal Decree and Yamato. It's just so broken, and if it's not just Yamato, it's Mikazuchi also. So there's a lot of combo based stuff that potentially puts so much pressure on your opponent that they can't go off, they can't do anything. And then of course triple Tenki to search out Yamato, Misazuchi, get all your plays going. And then the triple Royal Decree, he said that this was the MVP, and he loves the Bujin War God sword, but he was saying that right now the decrees were a better call than the sword. Excuse me. Okay, now into the extra real quick. One crazy box he was saying because of skill drain, and this was another thing that a lot of people were saying because skill drain is floating around a lot, and because everybody knows that effects need to go off. So he said that he ran the crazy box just because if they skill drain, he's a 3,000 beater, and that's not easy to get over. One Kagesuchi, he said that it was good at one and just one. He really didn't need more stuff. So he said that Susanoo, he put it at 3. He said before the tournament he had it at 2, but he put it at 3 because he was saying that this one may get warning, this one may get bottomless, but he has one that will last because they're gonna start running out of resources. He said once he makes a Susanoo, 9 times out of 10 he wins. And Susanoo is a very prevalent card in Bujins. It gets your combos going and it can attack, and it can keep attacking monsters, so it just makes dirty plays in Yu-Gi-Oh! Susanoo for the win. Omega, of course, Beast Warriors and Bang, and they're all light again. So Omega protect itself. Tiger King to get the Tenkis and skill drain the field. Black Ship of Corn, he said 101. He made it so many times that it made him win a lot of games. Dire Wolf, Pana Dynamo, Exiton Knight or Extinction Knight, however people want to say it. He said that he made this card a couple times, but he said it wasn't really like, it was okay. Susanoo, Tsukiyomi, Bujin Tsukiyomi, he said in testing that it was real good, but he didn't make it all the tournament. Abyss Dweller won him his Mermail matchup, and Cowboy. So into the side, a lot of people are running certain side choices, which I'll tell you right now. Running Maxis, DD Crows, the Twister was very prevalent. Now he says Sword of Concealing Light was for the Bujin mirror match. He says when your opponent is going off, it's hard for them to OTK, so it's is more control based this deck. So when he flips the Concealing Light on your opponent, if it flips everything face down, then he could go off. He can make sure his Bujin stuff goes off and just go for game. Prohibition, he said that he just put it in there because he needed 3 spots to fill up the side. Transmigration of Prophecy is good against every deck, really. Is good against Madoches, Mermails, things like that. Triple Vanity's Emptiness, he was saying that it's more for control. Depending on the matchups, he says when they know he's running decrees, he'll swap them out for emptinesses and potentially does the same thing, and it just hurts your opponent. Or he said that he'll put all these 5 in and take out a Kaiser Coliseum and mess with stuff. Now, Cursed Seal of the Forbidden Spell, a lot of people are running this card. This card is very good, guys. If you guys don't have 1 or 2, at least pick it up for you guys could have it just in case. So there you have it. This is the little deck profile and some analysis of Steven Bujin's Atlanta from Atlanta, YCS. He top 16 if I'm not mistaken, and then they went into the draft. But as me looking at this deck profile, it's really good. I see potential and I see why Bujin's maybe in this form, at the end of this format or to the beginning of the next format, they're gonna blossom once they get a little more support. But as this deck shows right here, very good. Again, shout outs to Pro Winston, Jarrell Pro Winston for putting up the original deck profile. But it's your boy Newteddyera. Comment, like, subscribe, and the next video will go up soon. Alright guys, peace.